Welcome, my name is Ms. Gergen. We're working question by question through the 2014 State of Virginia released Algebra 1 SOL test, and we are on question 19. Question 19 says, which inequality represents the solutions of 9 times the quantity 4x minus 8 is less than 4 times the quantity 6x plus 9? So this is a problem that we're going to be using distributing and combining like terms in order to solve. So at this point, whenever I see parentheses with a quantity, with a number out in front, I want to make sure that I'm distributing that number to the quantity. So we have a couple of different distributions here. First, on the left-hand side, I distribute 9 to 4x, and I distribute 9 to negative 8. So that's going to give me 36x minus 72 is less than, I distribute the 4 to the 6x, and I distribute the 4 to the 9. 4 times 6x gives me 24x, and 4 times 9 gives me 36. Now, I have an inequality where I've got x's on the left and the right side of the problem. So my first task is to get those x's on one side or the other. I always tell my students to move the smaller value of x. So we have 36x on the left and 24x on the right. Because 24 is smaller, I'm going to subtract 24x from both sides. So that leaves me with 12x minus 72 is less than 36. Then I cover up the variable that I'm solving for. So because I'm solving for 12x, I cover it up. Outside of my hand, I see a negative 72. So I use inverse operations to move that to the other side. So I add 72. And I end up with 12x is less than 108. Finally, my last step is to divide by 12 on both sides. And my result is x is less than, gosh, I don't know. Why don't we check it in our calculator? 108 divided by 12. And I get 9. So I'm left with x is less than 9. My answer choice is C. Now, if you are using a TI Inspire, there's a very quick way to answer this question, or at least to eliminate 50% of the answers. If this was an equation that we were solving for x, there is an application in our calculator that allows us to do that. If I open a new document here, and I hit Menu, Algebra, I have 3 different solving mechanisms in my calculator. I have numerical solve, which is where we're trying to find what x is equal to in terms of it being a number. We have solve systems of linear equations, which is used when we give 2 equations. And then finally, we have polynomial tools, which allow us to solve quadratic equations. So because we're looking for x equals 9 or x equals 3, I can use numerical solve. Now at this point, all I have to do is type in my equation as I see it. So 9 times the quantity 4x minus 8 if I change to an equal sign, I can use this. If I leave it as an inequality sign, you're going to get an error message. This is only going to give us a way to eliminate half the answers. So here I have 4 times the quantity 6x plus 9 technical difficulties here. Sorry about that. 6x plus 9. Now, all you have to do then is go outside of your parenthesis, the first one, And we have to tell it what variable to solve for. In this case, it's an x. So I'm going to hit comma x. And when I hit enter, it tells me that x is 9. So right off the bat, I know that it's either C or D. And then you can decide whether or not you're going to flip the inequality symbol. All right, I hope that is very helpful to you. Thank you so much for your time.